Gurave Nama. Om Gurave Nama. Om Gurave Nama. Namaste, and welcome to this video examining the charts of the former Prince Charles, and Princess Diana. I have a picture of King Charles III as Prince Charles at a time earlier in his life during the time of marriage to Princess Diana. And there is a striking similarity in their charts, not even looking at the divisional charts, not even looking at Navamsha, just looking at the Rashi chart. There is a striking similarity. Maybe it even created a connection between them. And that is this: Charles, being Karka Lagna, has Lagnesh in the 10th house. Diana, being Vrishchika Lagna, has Lagnesh in the 10th house. So both the husband and the wife have Siddhi Yoga. Siddhi Yoga meaning the Lagnesh in the 10th house. When the Lagnesh is in the 10th house, one is very capable of accomplishing karmas in this life. One is very capable of accomplishing action. There is proficiency. There is aptitude. There is a kind of intelligence that comes from Lagnesh in the 10th. It's a kind of intelligence that is connected to doing, to moving forward in the world, and both have Siddhi Yoga. That means both are extremely competent, extremely capable in achieving goals that they set. So it's a blessing to have Siddhi Yoga. It's a blessing. In many ways, it's a blessing, but also it can be dangerous because the creation of karma, the actions we take, are not always going to benefit us or benefit the world around us. So we can't take it as a simple fact that Siddhi Yoga is just absolutely good. But it does bring fruition. It brings accomplishment. And that is what is a blessing for Siddhi Yoga people. Now, similarly, in both their charts, the Lagnesh is conjunct Rahu. Diana, being Vrishchika Lagna, ruled by Mars, Mars is conjunct Rahu. Prince Charles, Karka Lagna, ruled by the moon, moon is conjunct Rahu. So, and not only is it Siddhi Yoga, which is extreme proficiency, aptitude, abilities, and connection to one's work and karma. One is very connected. One is very self-identified with one's work, not just career, not just a stereotypical view of a job or a career. I mean, 10th house is job and career, but 10th house is action. 10th house is the karmas we create in this world. And it is a house of prominence, of visibility. So the 10th house is a high profile house. And this is not surprising that both have had high profile lives, perhaps some of the most famous people in the world. And you put Rahu So Rahu only amplifies the Siddhi Yoga. Rahu amplifies, Rahu magnifies, not necessarily in always in a good way, because multiplication, proliferation, you know, this is not necessarily good. It's not always good, right? Cancer, for example, like the disease of cancer, is also proliferation, amplification, spreading. That's not good. So Rahu can be good, but again, there's no guarantee Rahu is good, right? So interesting. Both have Siddhi Yoga. Both have Rahu in the 10th house, conjunct Lagna. And so we might even suspect that there was a mutual attraction based on this symmetry. Of course, when you look at the Navamsha chart, we can look at the Navamsha chart and see if we can find Princess Diana in the chart of Prince Charles and Prince Charles in the chart of Princess Diana in the Navamsha chart. We can see that. But this alone, this strong pull, is also something that may attract. So, I mean, if we take Diana, Diana was approached by Charles, was courted, and she accepted a proposal of marriage. Now, was it true love? Okay, we know it wasn't. It was not true love. It wasn't love at first sight. We know there is a backstory, a complicated backstory. But one thing in Diana's chart is this Rahu Lagnesh conjunction in the 10th house, meaning that in her life, she is going to get sucked into a life of profile, prominence, fame, right? And how does that happen? Well, an opportunity arises and it feels natural. It feels natural to accept this. I will be, you know, princess. I will be in the spotlight. The energy is already there in the chart. So an attraction happens. And in the case of Prince Charles, the attraction is also there because there is a similarity. And it's possible, just a theory, that there was some comfort in finding a spouse where there is a common experience, common energetic, planetary, karmic experience. Being Cancer rising, there is a need to feel safe in the presence of the others, of family members, of friends, of colleagues, and of the spouse especially. So for that reason, maybe, just a theory, maybe that sense of commonality, that both are sharing this, both are sharing Siddhi Yoga with a Rahu conjunction. That's a very specific yoga. Not many people have such a yoga. Both of them have such a yoga. So connection, that connection may have attracted Charles to Diana. It wasn't true love, we know that. But there was an attraction. This see how Jyotish can show us so many forms of attraction, so many reasons why we may get attracted to each other. And some people get attracted to other people who share the same planetary energies as themselves. Some other people attract opposite energies. They like opposite energies. In the case of Charles, it's very likely that he was attracted to very similar energies. If you look at Camilla's chart, you'll see it's very similar. She has there's a striking similarity as well. Now, there is one very interesting addition to this story, which is that Mars as Lagnesh in the chart of Princess Diana has Digbala. 100% Digbala, meaning directional strength, meaning not only is it Siddhi Yoga, not only is it conjunct Rahu, which expands that Siddhi Yoga, propels it further, multiplies, but Mars being in Digbala, because Mars has Digbala in the 10th house, that Mars, that Lagnesh, has infinite directional strength, tremendous strength for movement, moving forward, accomplishing. And very interesting to see that the Lagnesh of King Charles has 0 Digbala, 0 directional strength, because the moon has 0 directional strength in the 10th house. Moon has full directional strength in the 4th house. That makes sense because the 4th house is the home. The 10th house is the office. The moon is not comfortable and not at home in the office. So what happens here? This is a complicated situation requiring a complex analysis. Both have Siddhi Yoga. Both have Rahu conjunction of Lagnesh in Siddhi Yoga in the 10th house. But one chart has 100% Digbala and one chart has 0 Digbala. And my assessment, a Siddhi Yoga conjunct Rahu with 0 Digbala is a recipe for existential frustration. Existential frustration. You feel blocked. You know your potential. You know what you are inside, but you cannot truly express your feelings, not just your feelings, but your proficiencies, your aptitudes, your competencies, your talents. They're blocked. There is an inertia. There is a feeling of inertia, which creates frustration, maybe even insecurity. And despite the similarity, there is also such a stark difference. When the Lagnesh is in full Digbala, in Siddhi Yoga, conjunct Rahu, there is no breaks. There's no breaks. There's no, stopping. And we may theorize that this can go too far. And very unfortunately, I think we can understand that the exponential growth of fame and of accomplishment and so on, ultimately went beyond what is within the realm of safety. And there was accident. Tragic accident. Mars Rahu conjunction is a recipe for accidents because the boundaries of effort, the boundaries of energy have been crossed, and there's that protection is lost. So in a sense, it's hard to know what is good and what is bad. As Jyotishis, we have to be in a state of mind beyond judgment of good and bad. But one might argue that if Princess Diana's Lagnesh had 0 Digbala, maybe she would still be alive today. Maybe she would be frustrated Maybe she would feel that she didn't accomplish everything she wanted to. I think it's safe to say that when you look at her life and you look at how what she accomplished with effortless. It was no strain to do what she did, to touch, the on mass people, to have such a powerful impact on people in a positive way, to do service, to work for causes. Everything just was such a flow. It just went so. It was like so. That was so easy for her, and this is one of the reasons why. It would have been also very easy for Charles, and he would not have those insecurities about it if it were not for the fact that the Lagnesh has zero Digbala. So maybe if Princess Diana's Lagnesh had zero Digbala, maybe she would be alive today. Whether or not she would be satisfied with her life is another story. And this is the way we can continue to understand the complex effects of the planetary energies that are in our charts. Namaste.